and you miss.
Can I use inspiration?
You can use your inspiration dice, yes.
Yeah, because I... Okay,
No, I'm just fighting bad.
okay.
You've been up for like 36 hours at this point.
Hours.
Yeah,
It's-
a long
it's-
fucking time.
It's 15.
15? That hits.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Rolled a 1 on that d12.
You don't want to roll. Just, it's fine. It's fine. It's a 2. It's 7.
7? Okay, so it takes 4.
Oh.
So he's starting to look rough now. Like he's still got some wind in him, but I mean he's got some bruises that are starting to show up. It looks like 1 or 2 ribs are cracked. Like he's kind of breathing heavy and not just out of anger anymore. He's starting to look a little bit spotty. So Flavis kind of steps over the rim again. He's just like, "You better not make me look like a fool, boss." And again, he kind of just rolls.
So he's over here, right? Because I was standing next to him.
He's right there. So he's kind of shouting down. He kind of rolls his shoulder. Like Bars kind of seems to just like some of the stuff's kind of
know
shaking
what
out.
he's fucking doing.
Oh, I think I do too.
Oh!
It's metagaming.
I know.
So you see him. He kind of gets a little bit more like seems to have a little bit more spring in his step, and he comes over.
If it is what I think it is, that's a pretty fucking cool idea, Dusty. Pretty freaking cool. I like it a lot.
Fucking asshole.
And I think that's a good like level 1. That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome.
So
That's so cool.
I absolutely wouldn't. Miriam would absolutely have no idea what's happening, but Tina knows.
So he is sick.
What I do?
That's what that perception check was for, and you failed.
To be honest, like I don't think as a character, my character knows what that is.
It was basically just to see if you could tell anything was going on extra, and you failed.
Yeah, I think I'm so focused on calling him a little bitch.
Yeah, you got a lot going on in your head right now, and that was to see if you'd turn and even look at him, and right now you're not paying attention.
Right, my boy's in the wing.
Yeah,
I'm putting the dukes on him.
So he's sick of this grapple, and he wants you fucking off him. So he reaches around, and he just kind of like, he finally sees an opening, and he's like, and he grabs you by both shoulders and just goes straight into your crotch.
Uh-oh.
So you take, what this is, strength modifier.
Everyone's doing.
Everyone's got a comic now.
What have I done?
Right. So
I
you
still
take
try to speak with language.
you take
It's
7
so
points
bad.
of damage.
Is that?
7 points of damage.
Oh. Okay. I could, grapple, but okay.
You're still grappling him, but like he basically just like fucking football kicked you in the nards, man.
Oh, mama. Ooh.
Ouch.
This is now.
Right.
I know how to do basic, huh? Yeah.
Okay. So it is now. Oh, it's his turn. Maximilian, are you doing anything? Oh, he had disadvantage on that retcon.
He totes did. Does he fail to
He
save?
does not hit.
Ahead.
Okay, it is now your turn.
Let's
No
see.
longer has vicious mockery. Okay.
So... Is my character's like grabbing him? Does he feel?
I'm gonna attempt
How
to
he's
do
like-
mockery, though. I'm just gonna keep yelling at
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry,
Sorry, that's
Sorry, I know it's such a weird one. 14.
Sorry, that's cocked.
Yep.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
4 points of psychic damage.
I'll say for flavor text, Barst is not the strongest mentally willed person, so he kind of like, he's been locking eyes with you and fighting, just kind of foaming at the mouth, and as what are you saying?
I don't want to kill him. I just want to look at him and I want to be like, "You'll never win. You were raised like a pig and you're a giant filthy animal."
You just kind of see him, and he just like,
Oh no.
The next attack has advantage on him. He is just emotionally distraught at this point.
Oh god.
He is a broken man right now. Good.
I take that opportunity to look over to my friend and I say, "You're doing great."
I'll say you re-upped and he's good already.
I'm gonna go ahead and spin another one.
Okay.
I'm running awfully low on these things.
Since the last time you've used the card, maybe 10 minutes has passed. Like,
I'm gonna go ahead and re-up.
okay.
It's just so
Alright.
excited.
If I land this.
You got advantage.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Kill him.
Advantage. Oh, good.
That's a 6.
Plus.
My 5. It's 11.
11. That does not hit,
Do
unfortunately.
you have inspiration?
He
Oh,
does
he
have an
does!
inspiration
He's
die.
a
You got a
D12.
D12.
I think we can only have one at a time, so I'll use it.
Now's the time.
6.
So what does that bring the total up to?
17.
That hits.
Haha!
I'm suplexing him.
Okay. Roll on that.
Yeah!
I'll say next time, tell me you're going to do that beforehand, but I'm going to let it say you go ahead and got it.
I mean, if I failed it, I would have told you what I was going to do anyways. I just...
Well,
It
the
was an
way...
attempt to fail
It's-
suplex him.
You have
Okay.
to say your action before you roll.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Okay,
That's,
fine.
that's etiquette, I guess.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I'll say you go ahead and got it. You suplex them.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
So roll. I'll say for this, go ahead and roll. Are you aiming for the wall? Or are you aiming for the ground? What are you doing?
The ground.
The ground. Okay. So you see
A full half moon. Just
you see
Hell
Torin,
yeah.
and he's just like all of a sudden you just see the veins bulge in his arms, and he just kind of grabs him by like under the armpits and just lifts him up, and you hear just from the crowd, and then you just see roll a d6.
Hell yeah.
5.
Oh, it's so good.
Add your strength
What's your
modifier.
strength?
10.
10. Okay.
Like a D6.
You
How is that not solid?
you
I
as
don't
soon
know,
as
it might
you
be. We gotta look that up. It's gotta
as
be.
soon as you like throw him back on the ground, he just like hits his back and just ah, and everyone in the crowd is dead silent at this point. Miriam, you're up.
How's he
In the
look?
crowd with this one.
How's he look?
He's not doing good. He is currently prone on the ground.
So I'm
Back
guessing he's
arced.
like now here.
Yeah, like basically
That'll work.
you're laying on the ground like this. He's laying on the ground like this.
Why would I be laying on the ground?
Oh, sorry. I was,
I was like,
You're laying on the ground. I'm laying on the
you're
ground.
both the same figure with different weapons. Give me a break
I
here.
have 2 of them though.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fire on his blade.
Also
And
a
the cape.
So
Did you guys
he's,
get these from Comic Dimensions?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So he's on his back.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking come around to his face and just fucking curb stomp him.
You have advantage on this roll. He is prone.
Hit advantage on it.
He's prone.
This pro is just
Yeah.
dead.
What's this fight supposed to be with the death?
He said to the death or until somebody's incapacitated. And this guy made
He's
some
getting there.
pretty racist remarks. It's a 9 either way. 9 plus 5 is 14.
14. Okay.
It-
And that was with advantage.
Yeah, I rolled 9 twice.
Unfortunately, just like in the heat of the moment, you go and you know
I was so
he's sitting there
excited.
writhing on the ground, and he just jerks out of just like a spasm in his back, and you just barely miss his head.
I was too excited
Um,
to curb stomp him.
And crush Torrens instead.
So he
That if had you done a one, had she rolled a one,
he's kind of
Somehow managed to
standing,
shut
laying there on the ground, and he kind of goes. And he stands up, and he looks at the one that slammed him on the ground.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
And he just violent rage just radiating off his body. You can almost see the steam coming off from the sweat and the cold, and he just tries to curb stop you.
Oh god.
He has advantage, you are prone.
And
Oh,
goes
God.
curb stomping after
Wait, but
that.
doesn't he have disadvantage? Because I hit him with Vicious Mockery.
So it cancels it out?
So it's a
If you
natural roll.
cast
it's just
it,
a-
it's a
I
natural
did
roll.
cast it last turn.
I will re-roll it. It was a natural
That's
roll.
fine,
Okay.
yeah.
Natural 1.
Ha!
So-
Oh
He goes.
Oh,
we
God.
said when he kills
That's
himself.
Oh,
His
you
foot
guys
just
want
goes-
this to-
I hate I did a number on his back just
Oh.
now.
He goes to go and just curb stomp you, violent rage, just all he can see is red and wanting to finish one of you. And as he goes to slam down, his foot slips out from underneath him and he just like crumples on the heat and on the ground and he just slams his head on the side. He slipped on some of the muck on the ground. He takes 2 points of damage and just kind of is laying on the ground breathing heavily, prone again.
Shit.
Ooh.
You are now up.
Okay, I get up. Ew.
Ew.
Like a Jackie Chan move. Just
I'm gonna elbow drop him.
Okay.
He's
Roll with
feeling
advantage.
it. He's feeling it now, Mr.
You
Krabs.
can't see me! You can't see me!
Oh, 9.
With advantage.
Oh, that's right. Hey,
Because he's prone!
I keep forgetting about that. 7. We're gonna go with 9. So,
9, so with your strength.
14.
14. I'm sorry. That
He
doesn't
still
work.
saw you! He still saw you!
So you go to slam your elbow down, and you just like he's you misjudge the distance. You're not sure in the heat of the moment. You're pretty banged up yourself, and you slide and you miss, and you land right next to him.
Oh my god.
Oof.
goddamn slip and slide.
Okay.
Did it rain recently? Is there
It's,
water?
this is kind of like the sewage drainage ditch. It's like
Oh, yeah, we
muck
did
and
that.
like.
It's brown.
What?
Is that a one?
What are you doing over there?
Okay,
His
Dice
dice
jail.
is in jail.
Miriam, you're
Is
up.
he on his front or his back?
Alright. Ooh,
I would say he's on his front, just kind of like on his side a little bit, just like trying to lift himself up. He's starting to.
How is he struggling though?
He's definitely struggling. He's winded. You can see
I'm gonna-
one